on us already. I don't know that they needed to have more influence on our political system. That wasn't the way I would have gone if I was one of those 9. Yeah, that was a very disturbing ruling for me, and I don't think it bodes well. We'll see. We'll see what happens next. We'll see what the American public thinks about it as the days and weeks move forward. I would have thought there'd be a big outcry about that. There doesn't seem to be much at all. We're talking about it now, but not a lot of people are aware of it, I think. But it impacts all of us. You know, if we could get money out of the political system, I think we'd have better representation. We just have representation in a truly democratic way. But we're not ready for that. We seem to be backsliding now, and that's unfortunate. Let's get another question back there.
You spoke about less dependence on Middle Eastern oil. Why single out Middle Eastern oil? American oil is just as dirty, and the American oil companies work in conjunction with Middle Eastern oil companies. Why say, is Middle Eastern oil any dirtier than American oil or Mexican oil? Why single them out?
Well, the 15 of the 19 hijackers had Saudi passports. So why give money to the Saudis when some of that money is going to go to people that don't like us at all? And I don't think it's in our best interest politically to have that money go to people who don't like us.
Well, tell that to the American oil companies that are in cahoots with them.
Definitely, that's who I am telling it to. They're definitely in cahoots with them. I wouldn't argue with that for a second. In the purple shirt.
Does diet play a role in being healthy and being environmental, and what's your diet?
The diet, I think, plays a big role. Again, I would never dictate anybody's diet. I happen to be a vegetarian. Anybody wants to be a vegetarian, join in. It's a good way to eat, I think. But even people who eat meat, you know, I think eating lower on the food chain, that is to say more plant-based material, I think it's very good for your health, and I think it's also good for the planet. Why? It just takes less land, less water, less energy to grow a pound of broccoli than it does a pound of beef. And so, you know, and I'm a pretty healthy guy for 60 years old, and I'm a vegetarian, a vegan, in fact. So whatever way you can move forward in that way, I think it's very, very good for the environment. Howard Lyman is a friend of mine. He's an ex-feedlot operator and cattle rancher, and he says the fork is one of the most dangerous weapons we've ever held in our hands, you know, because of what that means, you know, what we do with our spending power and our eating habits. So anybody can eat, you know, less meat. There's a lot of greenhouse gases, obviously methane associated with cattle. There's a lot of methane comes out of both ends there, and so any way you can eat less of that stuff, I think you're going to be very healthy. I know I feel very good, and I know a lot of people that eat the way I eat, and they like it a lot. And you know, vegetarianism has changed over the years. People, you know, used to think it was just steamed vegetables and rice or something. Now you go to the vegan plate, you go to some of these wonderful raw food restaurants. There's great restaurants out there that, you know, Madeline Bistro, that use lots of flavor and spice, and there's really fine vegetarian cuisine out there. So try it. For those of you who are meat eaters, give it a try. For those of you who want to become vegetarian, give that a try. And it's working for me, is all I'll say. Get somebody over there. Yes, over there on that side, please.
I have a quick question about solar. Are there any solar products out there that you recommend that you're aware of?
I have no financial ties whatsoever to sun power, but boy, do they make a good panel. I put up some sun power panels.